Have you ever woke up in a dream that you never realized it was a dream until you woke up? Or maybe you've had so much stress that you've been ignoring that your brain is like a wild playground once you go to bed. Do you believe all dreams have meanings? Do you think anxiety fueled them, or is it something else? Hi guys, this is Editing Geeky Corn. I just want to remind you to like and share this video. Also subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot with the algorithm and it keeps me motivated to keep doing videos like this, okay? So yeah, thank you. Now let's get back to the video. Bye! In the first episode of this mini Spooktober series, we're gonna be using the prompt dream. Not only for my drawing, but I thought it would be a fun idea to share some of the scariest or weirdest dreams I found on the internet. But also I'm gonna share maybe a dream that I constantly have and what I think it means. I'm also gonna share the meaning of my drawing at the end of the video. So buckle up, this is gonna be a spooky wild ride. The first dream or nightmare we're gonna be talking about is about this girl we're gonna call Jay. And she's gonna tell us about this weird ass dream she had that honestly gave me a lot of goosebumps. I was in the backseat of a stranger's car, a nice, luxurious car. The mysterious person would constantly turn around to check up on me. I remember opening the window and smelling the earthly smells of the outdoors. It's like it was just like it recently rained. Then the driver turned on the radio because of the tense up feeling that was building inside the shady vehicle. Like neither of us has spoken a word before. Like we haven't talked to each other. Yet I still feel oddly uncomfortable and I desperately wanted to wake up. So she knew it was a dream. A car air freshener was dangling from the mirror. It was like cotton candy scented. I began to get more and more dizzy and everything seemed to slightly turn dark. I couldn't take it anymore. I jumped out of the moving vehicle, landing on my hands and my feet. I took a look around. It was dark and around midnight. Small tear-down houses of different varieties extended for almost 2 streets. Searching the dim-lit streets, I finally spotted a group of girls that in this dream, I seemed to know them very personally. We ran across the street. I don't know why, but we did. But suddenly everyone was gone. I'm alone. Hearing footsteps, some loud ass footsteps, like each step was louder than the previous one. I began to quicken my pace and my anxiety grew bigger and my courage shrank. I shrinked. Suddenly the footsteps ceased to a stop and I heard breathing across my neck. I screamed. But nobody could hear me. The houses were hollow, and nobody was around. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up, then spread across the rest of my body. I tried to keep calm and turn around my head really slowly. Before I could get a glimpse of his face, there was a bloody knife across my neck. I felt paralyzed. I couldn't move my body however much I tried to. The cold touch of the knife gave me a shock, big enough to open my eyes wide and see what was happening. I quickly grabbed the knife and ran for my life. It felt as if the more I ran, the faster he got. I was running the fastest I've ever run in my life. I ran until my legs felt numb and my mind went blank. I turned around to see nothing but air standing in front of me. Quickly, I grabbed the knife and stood my guard. I closed my eyes to feel safe. It helped. I finally opened my eyes after a few minutes of crying on the floor, sitting on a fetal position. But there he was, a man. A tall man beside me. He was standing just there. And I didn't have time to think or react. All I could do was stare at his face and study the way his smile stretched all the way to his ears. And the way his eyes looked, I wanted to cry. The madness in his eyes gave me some sort of pity for the man for a moment. His eyes were huge, almost bulging out of his skull. His smile? His smile was crooked and creepy. And worst of all, his nose and his ears were gone. He almost looked like non-human. And then I woke up. Remember how at the beginning I said there's some dreams you don't know is a dream until you wake up? This next story is very similar to that. This next Redditor, we're gonna call them F. And they said that after this nightmare, they couldn't sleep for a week. But then they made a joke about it because Inception came out and they joked with their friends about how Hollywood stole their dream. It is night and I'm running through the canyon behind my house. There's black vegetation looming around me on either side of the path, which faintly reflects the whiteness of the moonlight. The stark I can't English today. What the It is night, and I'm running through the canyon behind my house. There's black vegetation looming around me on either side of the path, which faintly reflects the whiteness of the moonlight. The stark contrast of the light and dark emphasizes the impossible straightness of the path. I'm running and running when suddenly I'm stopped in my tracks by her. Now everything is dim except for her. She's glowing, mysteriously white, beautiful, and terrifying. She smiles, but I'm running away. I run and run and run until I wake up in cold sweat. It was just a dream. It's still dark, but I decide to roll over and get out of bed. But then I scream. She's there. She's standing above my bed, smiling. So I dash out of my room, down the stairs, out of the garage, feet pummeling asphalt as I run down the roadway. But then there she is in front of me again. She's smiling. I scare out of my wits. I stop, and then I wake up again. I wake up again in a cold sweat. It was just a dream. It's dark, but I breathe, and I decide to roll over and get out of bed. Then I scream. She's there again, standing above my bed, smiling, and I dash out of my room again. I run down the stairs, out of the garage, feet pummeling asphalt as I run down the roadway. But then there she is, in front of me, again, smiling. I scare of my wits. I stop. She glides away and begins to smile and talk to a group of my friends on the other side of the road. I try to scream at them, and then I wake up again in a cold sweat. It was just a dream. It's dark, but I decide to roll over and get out of bed. I scream to the top of my lungs again. She's there, standing above my bed, smiling, and I dash out of my room, run down the stairs, out of the garage, feet pummeling asphalt as I run down the roadway. But then again, she's there, standing with my friends, smiling and talking. I try to warn them, but then she turns and smiles at me. And I wake up in a cold sweat. It was just a dream. A long, disturbing, unbearable dream. It is dark, but I decide to grab my laptop and talk to friends about it. I almost expect her to be there, but she's not anymore. So I'm awake. I start up my laptop and then begin chatting with a friend, asking if he knows anything about this sort of creature. He says he has this dream too, but it is a different person, a smiling boy that befriends his friends. Oh no. This is real? She and he are both some sort of real life vampire or something? What the hell do I do then? Then I remember, the girl is real. I know her. Maybe she can help. I start chatting with her and relax. They were just disturbing dreams and I'm probably just overly stressed from school. She comforts me and asked me if I can pinpoint the cause of these dreams. I pondered this for a bit, and I remember that this seems to have begun with my mother hung up a mosaic of a house above my bed. I speculate that it might have inspired these dreams. I snap a picture of it and I send it to her, to my friend, the one I'm chatting with, asking what she thought of it. But she doesn't respond for a while. Then after a long pause, she asks, "Why do you have a mosaic of my house?" My head spins. Mouth open, my head whips back to the mosaic. I whimper. There's a small figure in the doorway of the house in the mosaic. It was not there before. A chill to the bone. I scramble out of my room down to the hallway, only to be confronted with the same damn mosaic. I scream silently when I notice that the figure is slightly larger and closer. I keep running, but my house is now a maze. I'm not freaking awake. And in every corner, the mosaic appears. Every time I nearly run into the mosaic, the figure is nearer, more threatening. I am at wit's end, on the brink of losing my sanity of sheer terror. I halt dead in my tracks in front of another wall, and now the figure is life-size and looming in the mosaic. The figure moves. It leaps out, and I wake up screaming and crying. All right, our final story. Yeah, I think it's going to be the last one. But we're going to call this guy Mr. Squid. And his dream is a little weirder. Because I don't know if you guys have ever heard of lucid dreams before. But it's basically where you are aware in your dream that you're dreaming. And you have the ability of controlling the dream. But in instances, the dream turns into a nightmare and you feel like you lose control, and it can cause anxiety in the dream. And there has been a few studies about this, but we're not going to talk about that boring study stuff. We're just going to hear about his weird ass dream. I really don't even know what the fuck happened last night. When I finally woke up, I was just there like, what the fuck happened to me? So the dream where I remember it starting, I'm with two of my friends and we're sitting around. I know I'm dreaming, but right off the bat, I know that this dream feels weird. Usually when I can feel like my dream is gonna turn into a nightmare, I can feel something in me that lets me know. So I'm like, fuck, I'm out. So I close my eyes, which is my go-to thing when I want to wake up, and then I wake up. Because that's what happens when you have lucid dreams and you can like control them. That's my thing. That's how I make myself wake up. I'm in my room, so I decide to get food because I'm hungry. So I go to the kitchen. As I'm in the fridge, my dog wakes up and comes behind me and barks. As I turn around, I see that she's walking towards me. But she's not only walking towards me, she's on her hind legs, like with a very creepy smile. So I realized, fuck, false awakening, nightmare, time to go. However, this time when I try to close my eyes, nothing happens. This has only happened to me once before, but when that happened, I just was in my house by myself trying for what it seems like hours to actually wake up. I'm still standing in a room, and here comes my dog again, standing right in front of me, on her hind legs, with a creepy smile. I try waking up again, but nothing still. So I know for whatever reason, I'm stuck in my dream. First off, I have to go and get away from my dog. So I use the force that I can like make up in my dream to throw my dog away. Throw it out of the window. And I run through the house trying to see if I can find a way to wake up. When I get to the kitchen, my dog is there again, standing up as she talks. This is where it just gets creepy and weird. My dog starts talking. And she said, "It's a demon from the real world who has possessed my dog." She also tells me that I'm trapped in my dream until I can defeat her demonic self. Oh, absolutely not. Guys, I'm reading this with you at the same time. Why? No, I don't play with that. No, she would have to kill me in my dream. I'm not. No, we're not doing this. Anyways, so I conjure up a lightsaber. Hold on. This turned into comedy. He conjured a lifesaver and stabbed her, and she falls down, and what it seems like, she dies. I'm like, yes, finally I can wake up. So I close my eyes and I'm back in my own room. But there's my dog sitting again in my computer chair. At this point, I'm freaking out because I've never had this happen to me before at all, where I couldn't wake up. My dog who says her name is Lilith. Yeah, nah. My dog who says her name is Lilith says that I also have to defeat other 2 demons before I can wake up. Oh my god. I would literally never wake up. Let me get back in character because I'm just like receiving this story at the same time as y'all. Hold on. Okay, at this point I'm freaking out because I've never have this happen to me before where I couldn't wake up. My dog who says her name is Lilith says that I also have to defeat other 2 demons before I can wake up. In comes my mom and dad whose faces has been distorted by demons. Lilith said that my dad has been possessed by the devil and my mom is being possessed by a demon called Ruby. Probably shouldn't have watched so much Supernatural this past year, but this is where it became not scary anymore, but fucking annoying as hell. I had 10 more false awakenings. All been caused by Lilith telling me to wake up and teleporting me back to my bed. Finally, I got rid of the devil and Ruby from my parents. I finally took on Lilith and I battle with her, shooting lightning at me and vice versa. After she dies, I absorb her soul in my hand. As her soul is in my hand, she says, "Don't keep me like this. Return me back to hell and I will let you wake up from this dream." So I release her. I release her soul and watch a portal to hell open up before me and she enters it. But before she leaves, she said we will meet again. Oh, I don't like that. No, ma'am. We already been through this. No, Once the portal closes, I wake up for real. Just lay in my bed thinking, what the fuck just happened to me? So 10 minutes later, I go back to sleep and I enter another lucid dream. This one is a normal one until the end where my friend tells me that he met some girl that he wanted to show me. The girl was blonde. She has her back turned to me so I can't see her face. When she turns around, it's fucking Lilith in the form of an actress that play her on the Supernatural show. Okay, this story is not scary. This story is weird. She giggles and says, "Now isn't this a better form to look at?" Now she's flirting with the guy? I'm dead. This has never in my life happened to me before. Ever since I began to have lucid dreams. Never. There has been only 2 recurrent evil characters in my dreams. One is Freddy Krueger and the other one is just a black figure of a woman. I'm not scared of Freddy because I know he is made up and I just run away from him. The woman, the moment I see her, I leave my dream because that bitch is always trying to kill me. But I'm concerned about this Lilith character. I'm kind of scared to go back to sleep tonight because I don't want this to happen again. That one was a wild ride. I should have probably read that before sharing it with you guys, but like, I'm actually amused by this story. Anyways, let's discuss. The human brain is actually a very scary place sometimes. I don't think I've had dreams this bad or weird. Well, I've had some weird dreams, but I do have a constant dream where I really don't know where I'm at. It's always a different place, but the ending is the same one. And this really... Hold on, because somebody's having an emergency. I can talk. All right, thank God. As I was saying, I do have this constant dream, like from time to time, but the place is never the same, though the ending is. I come to wherever I am, I come to a dark place where I can barely see the ground, and suddenly I'm falling down what it feels like a bottomless pit, and I wake up like gasping. I wake up kicking my legs and gasping like, oh my God, I'm falling. And that's it. But I truly believe it has to do with my own anxiety and the huge questions I have about my future. Like, I'm constantly overthinking, where am I going with my life, where I'm gonna be from 5 to 10 years. And the truth is, I don't know. I'm building what I think it is, a creative path that I can live from. But I don't know. And I think that gives me anxiety. And I think it comes out in my dreams whenever I'm like thinking about these things for too long at night. I always end up dreaming that. Also, I wanted to talk a little bit about this drawing. This drawing is inspired in a drawing I made when I was like probably 15 years old. I made a girl sitting down. That's why you see at the beginning, I'm sketching a girl sitting down, because she was inside a bubble where there were flowers and butterflies and everything was pretty. She was crying, but she was protected by her own. Probably I felt like at the time of my life, I felt like my own mind and my imagination was protecting me, because outside of the bubble there were rocks and stuff thrown at her. And when I was 15, I had one of the roughest years of my life. I lost people. I didn't have a good relationship with my father, etc., etc. And I think I found relief in art. And I'm kind of sad that I let that go for so long. Because now that I'm an adult, I'm realizing that art have probably saved my mental health. I started drawing again when I felt that I was the most suffocated at work and with stress and like feeling like I wasn't doing anything I'm really passionate about with my life. And art has saved me, and it's like my safe place, and in a way where I can express, everything I'm feeling. So that's why it's like I can still remember that drawing. And that's why I made this new version where everything bright and every dream I have and every aspiration I have and every goal I have are glowing around the character's face. Meaning the character doesn't really resembles me, but it could represent me. And these dreams are what keeping her safe from the anxiety and the darkness around her. That's why you see like little scribbles around the bubble on her head, because it's like overthinking, imposter syndrome, anxiety, not knowing if art will be able to become a business or not. And those dreams, those glowing jellyfishes, are keeping her afloat. And that's what keeping me afloat. My dreams and my aspirations. And I know that slowly I'm gonna get there. And I know you guys are gonna be there with me along the ride. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining my video. And also tell me what scary dreams or weird dreams you've ever had. And if you think they mean something, leave it down below in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay? Bye.